Did anybody think that we were not going to go live today? I mean, it's a
Come
good.
on, man. Come on.
Is that even a question?
It's not. It's not.
The only thing I know is that what's going on is that it's getting closer to we're getting closer to a holiday, so things are getting things add up. But when we can, we'll bring you this. Hey, I see that some of you are live on TikTok right now. If you can, just let me know if you can hear Harvey.
Yeah, can y'all hear me, man?
Anybody, just give us a thumbs up. Something along the lines that you can hear Javier Zuniga. Por favor.
Anybody? Can y'all hear me? Hopefully they can hear me.
Woo! We can. Let's go, man. Now we can have some real fun, man. So let's get right to it, man. The Cowboys are 10-3. We're going to be facing off against the Jags, right? They're 5-8. So I know yesterday we did a defensive breakdown. Their defense is ranked 26. There is some news coming out, right? Obviously the Cowboys, we do have some injuries. Terrence Steele is probably the most notable one. And we had Dorrance Armstrong, the actual edge rusher. He was in a boot. He was in a boot after the game, which never looks good whenever somebody's in a boot. But they're saying that right now indications are that he will be playing. That we still don't know. I've been hearing Tack McKinley looks good. And then of course, what else? Trayvon Walker, he came out on the Jags injury report. He's dealing with a high ankle sprain. So, man, last week we kind of had something very similar. We had Derek Stingley out for the Texans. We had Brandon Cooks out. And still, the Cowboys made it a little bit harder than what we think. Why, Harvey? Why?
I think a big part of it was even though we came out strong, I think by the looks of it, I saw the film, the actual full film, and they're kind of playing a base defense. But then the second possession and on, they started disguising their coverages. So Dak didn't know what they really were doing. So it looked like they were playing man up, and then as they would hike the ball, they'd go back into a zone. So that's why you were seeing a lot of batted balls, and they kind of figured him out a little bit. I think that's what it really was, man. So the Cowboys need to do better, but I think for this defense to do well, man, we just got to man up on these guys and bump and run them. So, but
it's easier said than done sometimes, right?
It is, man. It is. It sounds so easy, but it is.
It's funny. Like we already got a comment on TikTok. It says OBJ is not needed. Disruption factor. We should run more and alternate between let me see between Zeke and Pollard. I think that at this point we're all kind of done with OBJ.
Yeah.
We got T.Y. Hilton, but there was a report out by Clarence Hill Jr. and he's actually an insider for the Dallas Cowboys. Like this guy is the guy that you want to get your news from Dallas, or specifically Dallas Cowboy news. Like he's trusted. I think he's the second guy that gets to ask a question in the post and press conferences. So whenever he tweets anything out, he tweeted out today, OBJ, stay tuned. That's exactly his tweet today. Trap game for Cowboys on Sunday. Your thoughts, man?
Yes, man.
It was funny because we were thinking about making that a title, right? Because last week somebody said, "Oh, Texans is a trap game," and I was like, "Texans a trap game? They're beat up. They're this, that." And shoot, man, I put on my lucky socks on the fourth quarter, and dang, I'll tell you this. I mean, there's so much to dissect with this game, but you could be all over the place. But yesterday, we talked about the defense. We talked about both defenses. Our defense is obviously statistically and visually, right? Not just statistically, but visually. I mean, they're a visually better team. So, is this a trap game? It could be a trap game. I think the Cowboys learned a very valuable lesson, especially from the Houston Texans, because even me and you, Harvard, were like, Texans, like almost dead last and everything. You know what I mean? And in fact, we were like, they're going for the number one draft pick. They need to rebuild. They're going through one of those phases, but they wanted to win. They really wanted to win, and luckily the defense stepped up. So that's exactly what we are anticipating, right? is that the Dallas Cowboy defense will give the offense every opportunity to score.
Yeah, it's a trap game, man, for sure. And not only that, but Trevor Lawrence is good, man. I don't care what anybody says. That guy can sling the ball
Yeah.
everywhere, and he can run out of the pocket. So this is, I don't know if it's even a trap game. This team's good, man.
It's a good
Like, it's
it's
a
just,
good team.
and they're ascending at the right time,
Yep, they
and
are.
and they can still make the playoffs too.
And if you guys watch the Jags and Titans game, man, there was some hitting going on, man. I think I don't know who the linebacker was, but he knocked Derrick Henry out and fumbled.
Maddie
So
Maddie Manson on TikTok says, "Yeah, I totally agree with Javier about
yeah,
Trevor
man.
Lawrence."
Yeah, he's good, man. He's a real deal. What Doug Peterson is doing, man, they're doing some good stuff up there. Don't let that record fool you, man. So we'll see.
It's funny that you say that, but you're right. Trevor Lawrence, from all the quarterbacks we played, Trevor Lawrence can sling it, man, and
Yeah.
he's smart. He's a smart quarterback, man,
Yeah.
and he can run, man. He has design runs, and then the most important thing is with Trevor Lawrence is his football smarts. There was a design. It was a design run play, and when he was going to pitch the ball off to his running back, he saw the defensive end crashing in. So he pulled the ball out and he ran it in himself. So he took charge, man. He did a real Harvey Zuniga. For those that don't know, Harvey played he was the superstar quarterback when I went to high school. Kendall, what's up? We're waiting for your Patriots talk, man. So we should be
Yeah.
seeing that pretty soon. Hey, and good work on your last one, your introductory one.
No, I was gonna say
Maddie
for
Man.
Lawrence, right?
What?
What did he say?
Uh
Matty Manson?
I don't have a team. I just like individual players. Oh,
That's
hey,
cool, man.
yeah, that is cool, man.
Yeah, bro.
I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the case for a lot of people. Not only that, but there's people that like for instance, I like Trevor Lawrence. I
Good
like him.
quarterback.
I like what he did in Clemson. I like his story. I like the fact that him and Justin Fields were always, Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, they have been battling since junior high, man. So they've had that competition since junior high to high school to college, and then now they're in the pros together. Luckily, they're in two different conferences because if not, it'd be crazy. So Kendall says that he'll be live tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern time. So y'all tune in to if you like Patriots talk, go check out Kendall. I know somebody said that it was Manson, right? Hey, if you like somebody like Mac Wilson or something, he Ken will give you all the how y'all feel about the Jags defense.
They're pretty good, man. They gave up 121 yards to Derrick Henry, but man, I don't know what is about that game, man. They couldn't score, man. The Titans they put a lot of pressure on him. I think they forced what, 3 fumbles
It
and
was
an interception.
yes, 4 takeaways.
So man, they played that. I'm telling you, man, go back and watch the film. They were hitting out there, man. You could probably hear it in the parking lot. It was that bad. So, but I think their defense is actually pretty legit. They're peaking at a good time right now, man.
And I like what the coaching staff is doing. I think they have key players on defense. Harvey, all well said. Dusty. Oh, let me see. Dusty on Texas says Oceanside, California, repping with them boys. Let's play
Let's
this.
go.
We the boys.
Love it. It says Sean Payton is who we need. Not a yes man. I think Jerry is too involved. Trevor Lawrence is a beast. Man, I think those are factual statements, and I think all that is a factual statement right there. I think we can
I
all
agree.
I think
I
we can
agree.
agree on what you
I,
said.
I agree with Trey, man.
What do you say? Matson says I like Heineke. He's got heart and maybe Debo Samuel. Yeah, both of those guys they're just dogs. I think Harv, you said with Heineke, right? You were saying
He's got grit, man. That grit, like he's
I,
just a player. You know what I'm saying?
whenever you say grit, I think of Brett Favre, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's got that.
And I think he has the same jersey number, right? Too.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So and then Justin, he says about to see Dallas. Okay.
Slay.
Okay. All right. All right. And then should only play the song when they win the Super Bowl.
Nah, bro.
Wow, then we got
Nah,
this.
play.
We got this one.
How about them Cowboys?
That's the one.
That's what we're gonna be. That's what we're gonna be playing when we hear the Super Bowl. But I'll tell you this. This year looks really good for the Cowboys. It's very promising. I think the only one that could really beat the Dallas Cowboys is the Dallas Cowboys themselves.
Yep.
Uh, he liked it. He liked it. Kendall, thoughts on T.Y. Hilton signing? Kendall, that's why he came as a show.
Can't miss a show, baby.
We
Can't
talked,
miss a show.
we talked about it, but it is on TikTok. But we will go ahead and share it with you. I know Javier is. I think what you said was really, really knowledgeable.
I'll make it quick, man. Veteran experience. We're going down the road. These guys haven't, Amari Cooper left. It's getting close to the playoffs. But I think having a veteran, seeing how he does things, maybe how he sees things on the field, and talk to Kellen Moore and the other receivers, how they can adjust, that's going to be helpful, man. Not only that, but I think T.Y. Hilton can still ball. So all the combination and all that together, man, you can't. And especially the price tag, I think the incentives are up to $1.5 million. So, I mean, come on, man. It's a no-brainer.
What up, Swag on TikTok?
Swag's back. That's
Yeah.
swag.
What's up? What's up, Jen? She's giving us prize. She's giving us some gifts.
Ooh.
Do all 4 NFC East teams make the playoffs right now? Technically speaking, yes.
Yeah.
If it ended right now, yes. I think that right now, after this week, there's going to be a NFC East divisional game, right? I believe it's the Giants.
So the big one is tomorrow, right? The big one's tomorrow because I think in that bubble and in the playoffs, I believe it's the Giants and then the Seahawks are out on the outside looking in. So those two are in the 7 and 8 spot. So tomorrow the Niners and Seahawks play. That's a big game for the Seahawks. And then obviously you got the Commanders and Giants playing on Sunday night. Those 2 games are going to tell like where the NFC's at. So big games, man. Big games coming up.
That's what Swag just said, right? I'm so ready. Sunday, tomorrow game. We need the 49ers to beat Seattle Seahawks. And then he says Washington plays Giants on Sunday night. Yeah, that's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, they got flexed. They got flexed to Sunday night.
I mean, NFC East is good again, man. So
hell yeah.
I mean, put any team right now that is in the NFC East, that's in the NFC or even the AFC. I mean, good luck, man. I mean, anything could happen in the NFC East. That's the one thing that we've learned. Thanks for the text, Jerry and Harvey. You're welcome. And just to kind of recap, Kendall, if you're still on, I like what Harvey had said about what about T.Y. Hilton, about he brings that veteran leadership, and like what you said, right? Like in a case it would be for to kind of say, hey, the defense is doing this because he's 33 years old. He's been in the league for quite some time. He played last year. He built Carson Wentz out in a lot of plays, and he made Carson Wentz look decent for a while. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of excited. He does have speed still at this age, and yeah, man. I think ultimately, I'm pretty sure that they're looking to see, but obviously they're still flirting with OBJ. Man, that's why we love these Dallas Cowboys, man. They're always in the news, man. It never gets old, man. There's always an update.
Yeah. So
Manson says, realistically, who's going to the Super Bowl, man?
Hey, honestly, man, I know a lot of people are probably not going to agree with me, but haven't the Cincinnati Bengals been playing very well as of late?
I think they have five in a row right now.
I'm just saying, man, everybody's not there. Everybody's been talking about Buffalo, the Chiefs, and all that. I think Cincinnati might go back. And I think we might see a Cincinnati Cowboy Super Bowl.
I love it.
We've never seen that before. So
Kendall, I don't know if we're ready to put this to bed yet, man. We can finally put the bed to, the OBJ. No, today Clarence Hill, he is the ESPN Dallas Cowboy. He covers the Dallas Cowboys for ESPN, and he's the ESPN insider for the Dallas Cowboys. He tweeted out, "OBJ, stay tuned." Let me see. We got some, man. TikTok is on fire right now. So Trey says, with the way Dak plays, I think we need a true number 1 slot receiver, complement CD and the run game. I like where you're going with it. And then Justin says Parsons is a beast. He's been hurt. And you know what? I saw him on the Von Miller podcast, the Von Pod, and dang man, he called out the Eagles. If we happen to, let me see, and this is swag. If we happen to, let me see, on Saturday on Christmas and December 24th, the NFC division by first. And then Swag said first round. Manson says I got KC and Philly. So he feels KC and Philly, which is understandable. Eagles have put up a good. They've had statistically a good year, and they've won the games that they needed to win. OBJ injured off. No training, no thanks. Yeah, Justin, we totally understand. And then Swag says to win, right? So he was just kind of clearing that up. Man, we haven't even been able to get into.
We haven't. The comments have been crazy. I love it, man.
I love
hey,
it.
That's what we're here for, you man. We're here for you guys. So.
Hey, that's what's up, man. It's this discourse, right, that we love. Whether you love the Dallas Cowboys or you love to hate, it's all love, man. And that we made it a staple. I screenshotted it. I think it's gonna be on some t-shirts. I think we're gonna make some necklaces, and it's gonna be all for sale. You guys can go ahead and buy that. I think I love it. And that was not our quote. It was from April Ambition. Look at Kendall. Kendall loved it too. Yes, sir. But let's get into a segment real quick. Let's listen to Dak, because this is Dak after the actual game against the Texans, right? So bear with us. Here we go.
What were they doing during the first 58? I mean, Mike and Jerry said they were showing you coverage and doing things they hadn't done before, Joe hadn't seen before. And Mike said that it's something the other teams may copy.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit of we know that they had a decent disguise and coming into the game, but however, they're going to get to a couple of coverages. I feel like they added a couple more tonight. And just, when you do that and against and you haven't shown that on film, gives you a heads up there. So whether it be the play calling that maybe wasn't the best at the time, my reads were half a bit slower because they disguised it well and got to some that they haven't been in. But for us, it's about understanding that, we may get that more, as Coach said, and just understanding that we've got to execute. Or sometimes we got to not try to fit the ball in tight windows and create those tip passes and too many balls up in the air, and that's what they want. So I just can't give them that opportunity.
Man, he said a lot in that one little segment.
All I heard, I didn't hear anything else. All he said is the right play wasn't called. That's all I heard.
He did also say that he shouldn't force the ball to tight windows, but yes, we understand the play calling.
Oh man,
let me see. Somebody said, Justin says we were there at AT&T Stadium. I watched Dak before the last drive pumping up the sideline. Oh man,
he knew, man. He already knew. He knew it was time to go.
Man, that sounded legendary, right? Because he even said, he goes, I was very explicit, and I said this, and we're gonna win this game, right?
Hey, thank you, Sadie.
I appreciate you, Sadie. Let me see. Trey says Philly peaked too early. I like that. I like where he's going with this. If we gonna make the Super Bowl, Jerry gotta let the coach. And yes, you're absolutely right. Because I think he's announcing. I think with Jerry, he's been announcing players coming back. Sorry, TikTok for the noise. But yeah, he's been announcing the players coming back from injury a little bit too early. Don't let the opposing defense tip off. You know what I'm saying? If we can keep it a secret and not let them know who's going to start and whatnot, I mean, I think that we give them a little bit more problems. But I will tell you this: I love Dak. I think the way Dak. I mean, he was so. What's the right word here, Harvey? Let me think real quick. Was it precision? I mean, what was it? What was that about that last drive? I mean, he was just.
I think honestly, what it was from watching the film, right? I watched a lot of film on it because I wanted to understand it. They were running a lot of floods to one side and a deep route on the opposite side. So once they figured out that they were running the zone, what they did was they split the seam, man. They started running Schultz down the middle and then running that out on the corner. So that safety had to decide what he was going to try to do. Once they started doing that, it was over, man. It was game over.
That's the way you beat cover two.
Yeah.
In the seam or right behind the corner. That's the
Yep.
only way. And you know what? Go back and watch those last plays. And I wish Michael Gallup would have caught that TD just so people can just stop.
Yeah, man.
Hater. Hey man, TikTok's really lit up right now. Let's see here. Trey says, "Do y'all think Dak will be traded before the contract ends if he does not make the championship?"
No.
I think Dak has kind of grown on the ownership. I'm talking about specifically Jerry Jones, and we already know with Jerry, once you're a Jerry guy, you're a Jerry guy forever. I mean, it was hard for Cavante Turpin to get that number 9 because Jerry loved Romo so much. It's hard to get that number 9. So I think that 4 is going to be one of them jerseys. It's going to be kind of hard for people to get once he is able to retire from football. I will tell you this. I think that I think we've seen 2 different Daks. Right now we see a very mature Dak, right? The first Dak that we saw was, a very RPO heavy base type of Dak. Now we're seeing a Dak that can read the defense and knows where he wants to go with the ball. And then when he makes his decision, he just goes with it, man. So I think Dak is Dak, and I think that we should respect him regardless of the stats that he can put up, because Dak can put up some crazy stats. Dude, we have 7,900 likes on TikTok. I love this. I really do love this. Let me see here. Madsen says determination. The word you were looking for, determination. You're right, bro.
They were, man.
Dak looked very determined.
Oh yeah,
to prove that, you know what, I'm not gonna let this game slip away from the Dallas Cowboys. My favorite pick for this year for the Super Bowl is Buffalo Bills versus the Cowboys.
That'd be crazy, dude.
That would be crazy because that's 1992
and
93.
And you're talking about Diggs versus Diggs.
Ooh,
that'd be crazy.
Dude, that would be a storyline in itself. Man, it's like if everything's aligned the right way. Because I tell you this, somebody asked for Super Bowl predictions. I think, for me, I know I always said I didn't want to be a homer, but I feel good about this defense. This defense is way better than the defense that we had last year. Last year's defense was taking shape. This year, now it's a full running defense, and then we still adding pieces, right? The breaking news today was, not that it was like really breaking news, but they picked up Trayvon Mullen, right? Former out of Clemson, a very long corner that's pretty good with the press. We'll see if he gets in and starts, making some waves. But, of course, it's hard when Anthony Brown went down, Jordan Lewis, those guys. Though they were kind of small corners, they were able to do the job that they were asked to, and we could trust them. Anthony Brown at the end was kind of getting a little bit cooked, but I think the key to success against what we're going to be facing with Trevor Lawrence is the corners cannot be playing so off. You know what I mean? They need to be, like Javier said, they need to be putting some pressure. Press them, get them off the rhythm. Allow the actual don't let the quarterback, especially Trevor Lawrence, right? We already talked about how special he is. Don't let him get the ball out in less than 2.5 seconds. Make sure that you're standing him up. Make sure you're putting these wide receivers on skates, and let the defense get to the quarterback and shake him up a little bit. Let me see what else do we have here. Dak is accurate inside 25 yards. Outside that, the wide receiver put it in the work, and I love Dak, but he's modern. Hey, we understand. I mean, we understand about that. We've seen what you're talking about. Yes, he's modern, but he has an okay arm. He has the arm that we need. He can make the passes that he needs to. But I think that the biggest thing with Dak is that he needs to. Okay, he sees what the defense is doing. He already knows that he has, a X amount of plays that he can call, or he can audible to that at the time. So what we need to see Dak do is we need to see him go further into the playoffs. We need him to make a push into, we're talking about NFC conference, the NFC conference championship, and even possible Super Bowl. And then we can start putting Dak and label him accordingly. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to put these labels because he hasn't gone very far.
He just needs to be more consistent, man.
Manson says it's very possible that the Bills and the Cowboys go to Super Bowl, and brothers versus brothers. It all depends on how Dak performs. You know what?
It's true.
That's exactly what we're talking about today,
true.
right? We were actually, me and you were actually kind of getting it wasn't heated, but we were just kind of back and forth. We were saying like, you know, let's go ahead and take it to Kellen Moore, and then we'll talk about this actual segment itself.
Go
Mike
ahead.
talked about vision defenses after the game you've gone the last 2 weeks. What's the biggest challenge those present, and do you expect more of it as the season winds down?
It's certainly a copycat league if you don't address the things that come up when maybe you don't have as much success as you would hope. Those things are obviously going to be potentially repeated, and so that's the ebbs and flows of a season. Vision defense, playing with eyes on the QB. We've had a couple turnovers, kind of opportunities to keep the ball in front of you maybe at times to avoid the big plays, and so Indy with Gus Bradley and obviously Lovie Smith, they've done a tremendous job over the years of playing a vision type defense, and maybe one high and two high different versions, but those are things that we just have to see, find a better answer for it, do a better job against those things, because you'll see them throughout the rest of the season, and once you kind of find your way there, then something else will pop up. So
does it test the quarterback's patience, and how do you think Dak's dealt with that?
Certainly it'll test the quarterback's patience, but it'll also test your ability to run the football and be efficient on first down. And I think the efficiency of it may be a 10, 11, 12 play drive, and you have to be efficient on first down, whether it's run or pass, and keep the defense in conflict and avoid the third and longs. And certainly it's a formula that, when you can win first down and second down, it provides you a really, really good opportunity.
Certainly not to minimize.
So, I mean, right there's Kellen Moore, right? They're asking him, hey, each week it looks like they're kind of keying off on what you're calling in your plays. And the conversation that me and Harvey were talking about was specifically what Kellen Moore said there. And then, like we said, we lost Terrence Steele. Cowboys lost Terrence Steele against the Houston Texans. I said, my question to Harvey, and my question is to all those that are on with us right now. Not Ken. Is Kellen Moore going to make an adjustment on offense like the way he did for Cooper Rush when Cooper Rush had to step in for Dak? Is he going to simplify this offense? Do we have the offensive line? And I'm talking about 77 at left tackle, 66 at left guard, 63 at center, 70 at right guard, and 75 at right tackle. Can we still run that same offensive scheme as if we had Terrence Steele and like I said, the return of Tyron Smith and Terrence Steele? With that new lineup, can we still run the same offense? That's the segment right there.
Yes.
Are you sure, Harvey?
100%. Because this is what you got to do. The minute, so this is my opinion on it. The minute you try to change an offense just because of the offensive line, a quarterback is a little different, right? Because of the experience part of it. And I get it. Ball doesn't have experience, but that's a cohesive unit. A quarterback is an individual, so I don't think you change anything. Now, if it's not working, then you can adjust, but a quarterback's one person. You can't, you can call different plays and stuff to adjust a quarterback, but linemen, man, you got to run what you run. And then after that, you adjust different linemen. If you need to bring an extra tight end in to help that tackle, then you do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we did see them Tyler Smith help out Tyler Smith, right? And I think right now we do have the personnel with the tight ends. These guys are blockers. Well, I know Jake Ferguson is in the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Payne Hendershot, that guy's gonna block, and so is Dalton Schultz. So I truly do, see where you're going with this, Harvey. But I'm telling you right now, I think that they're gonna have to, change up. I think the play calling. I don't think we're gonna be able to attack the deep as often. I think that we're gonna see a little bit more short to intermediate routes being ran, and I think that we're gonna start seeing a different success in the offense that we haven't seen T-Y. Yeah, you
Hey, man,
No,
they're
you-
gonna go. I'm telling you right now, they're going deep. Promise you.
I'm not saying they're not going to go deep.
Okay.
I'm saying
Got
I
it.
think they have to change up the game plan a little bit because
They're
for the
going
most
deep.
part, if you look at Josh Ball, he struggled on the those final two plays. Man, he got smoked on the passing down, but on the running plays, he actually did good. So they're gonna have to really refocus on make sure that they get the running game going. Man, and you know what? That'll probably allow Josh Ball to get that confidence that he needs. That you know what, I can play right tackle. You know, because we saw pretty much the same thing in the preseason.
Hey, Trey, I don't agree with Trey. Trey said Moore is good OC. He's a good OC, but too close to Dak, similar to Romo. No, I don't agree with that, man. I think the problem with Kellen Moore is, and he's blatantly said it in front of everybody. He hates running the ball. He said it.
I
He
think I have
wants
that
to
video
pass.
clip.
He wants to pass the ball. That's what he wants. If Kellen Moore could do it and he was a head coach, he'd probably pass on every down. That he said that. So I think that part of it, if you look back at Dak's rookie season, right? He was so successful, man, because they ran like 70% of the time. It was a little bit easier for him.
Linehan did change that offense a bit for Dak Prescott. I said so Manson is saying you can. Oh, okay, he's saying about changing up the offensive scheme a bit. He says you can, but it's going to be more difficult because of the new players in there. They have to adjust. So you see what he's kind of saying that, and then Trey saying my point. I guess you guys are agreeing, right? He
Yeah,
should,
it's a, yeah, we're agreeing.
yeah, he should run more, and I think at this point, this is exactly when you really want to start running because if you look at the Terrence Steele injury, man, he got hurt because of a passing play, and I believe it was Connor McGovern basically blocking or throwing one of the defensive linemen into into the knee of Terrence Steele, man. And you see, I think that right now we need to be focusing on the run. Is when you get into the playoffs, when defenses are really able to stop the run, that's when you need to start passing and really opening up defenses.
I got to answer Swag. He keeps asking the same question. Swag, listen, I'm gonna break it down for you, buddy. I got you.
Hold on. Oh, okay, Swag.
So Swag, check it out, man. In order for us to take the division, right, we have to beat Philadelphia, and Philadelphia has to lose again. Any game other than ours, once we beat them, as long as we have the same record at the end of the season and we win out, we will win. We will have the first round bye if we're tied as records.
Yeah,
right?
that we can have the NFC East and still be what is it, fifth? If Philly wins out and loses against us, Cowboys would still, even though Cowboys beat them in the divisional round, if Philly doesn't lose from here till then, that's what you're clearing up, right? Because this question is on Christmas, are we going to take Philly's spot division first and first round bye? No, we won't get the first round bye if Philly wins out and loses to the Cowboys. If we went out and we beat the Eagles, but the Eagles didn't lose, no, we're gonna have the fifth seat, right? Because the first four go to the divisional. In this case, they would give Philly the upper hand because of the division.
Later, Maddie. Hey, nice. Hey, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate the support. Much love. Yes, fifth if Philly wins out. Correct. Yep. Yeah. So we're kind of stuck in that. We're kind of stuck in that situation where Philly was able to deal. They what is that old saying? They played the cards that were dealt, and they were able to have a good season. Man, they had a relatively good season, and we reached 10,000 likes on TikTok. Man,
that's cool, man. I appreciate you guys, bro. That's what we're here for, man.
Yeah. But I love breaking this stuff down too, man, because it really preps us, right? I know I ain't eating the cheese and I ain't drinking the tea no more, man. The Cowboys need to be focused, man. And these are the games that we need to. Have you noticed typically with especially like I don't know if it didn't start with Dak. This has been going around for a while, but it's usually the teams that have the I want to say like the non-winning records. That's where Dallas struggles the most. But with the teams that have the phenomenal records, the Cowboys go out there and they just steamroll them. Like it's mind-boggling. Like, why are we having this? The Cowboys are superior. That right now they are the best team in the NFC completely. Like, and I'm talking about actual talented roster. I'm not talking about anything else. I totally understand when you could say, but this guy has a better quarterback. Okay, well, let's look at their offensive line. Let's look at their defensive line. Let's look at their defensive backs. Let's look at their wide receivers. Let's look at the running backs. And that's what I'm just trying to say is Cowboys have the best talented roster probably in the entire NFL, man. Because if you go and you look at some of these teams, I think there's only 2 teams out there that really have a solid offensive line. Cowboys is probably one of them now that we would.
Hey, Trey, is that Trey? Trey, they were ranked 19th, man. 19th strength to schedule. The Cowboys were ranked 5th. So you gotta think. We've played more teams that have more wins. We ranked 5th and they ranked 19th.
Oh, so he's asking. It says Philly has a great squad, but what was their strength of schedule?
They were ranked 19th out of 32, man. We are ranked 5th. So we played a lot more teams that have more wins.
And then Swag says, I hope the Bears beat the Eagles on Sunday, man.
It's a possibility, man.
I'm not lying to you. Bear down, baby. Or what is it? What did they say?
I don't know what they say.
They say they bear down, man. We're gonna be bear down all day, man, on there.
No, I was gonna say
Trey saying that's what he thought as far as the strength of the schedule. And the same thing can go for the 49ers, right? Because everybody wants to crown the 49ers as the superior team in the NFC, but
so Trey, the 49ers is 22nd, man. So it tells you something, right? But I wanted to say something. I hate to interrupt you, Jerry. I gotta say this.
Go for it.
I believe that these games that we're playing these last 2 weeks, the Texans and the Jags, is preparing us for the Eagles. If you look at the way they've been running the offense, the Texans were running kind of an option, right? RPO kind of. It was weird the way they ran it. So running quarterback, pitching the ball, whatever, keeping the ball, running with the ball quarterback. Now we have another quarterback that's doing an RPO. So in essence, man, I think it's a blessing in disguise that we're playing these 2 teams before we play the Eagles.
That's why I'm telling you, you can't write a better script for the Dallas Cowboys, man. I mean, it feels destined almost. Somebody asked, what's number 9 for the Bears? I think he's talking about Jaquan Brisker, the safety out of Penn State. Man, that guy was a freak coming out of Penn State. Yeah. Crazy. B-Man. Hey, what up, B-Man?
B-Man, I haven't seen him on, man. Where you been?
Yeah. Hey, salute to you, B-Man. Hey, because of you, we hit 1,000 on
TikTok. Bro.
Think the boys can make a deep run in the playoffs. Hey, keep in mind, B-Man, hey, he's a respect guy, man. Like, he's respect for the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? He has his own team, but we're not going to say it because we don't want no bashing. But he's not an Eagles. He's not a 49er, so take it as it is. So he says, I think the Cowboys can make a deep run in the playoffs this year. Finally, somebody that's not a part of – he's a little bit a part of Cowboys Nation, but somebody outside of the Cowboys Nation is seeing what we've been trying to explain. Right now, like we said, we have the defense, and the defense just keeps on adding depth and more depth and more depth. So I like what we have, and I think that all these teams that are sleeping on the Cowboys offensively and defensively, they're gonna get smacked in their mouth, especially in the playoffs. Trey, I think they peaked too early, and the 49ers scare me more than the Eagles. Really, even with Brock Purdy?
I think so, man. Honestly, I think I'm more scared of the Niners than the Eagles.
I'm not afraid of the Niners, man.
I think we can beat the Eagles
because
hey, man, I'm having nightmares from last year. Still, I can't sleep at night. I'm just saying, man.
Man, that's exactly how we felt in 93, 92. The Niners were clearly the superior team, and Cowboys were able to get their offense and defense together.
Look, if that dude could, I think Trevor Boyce said it right. If Purdy did what he did last week, scares me too. Yeah, man, that dude's balling. I don't care what anybody says.
Swag says
But
he's a good player.
he
also.
is, man. But we'll see, man. Hey, man, this is a copycat league. When they see what you're good at, they attack that. So
Trevor-
we'll see, man.
A new name there, Trevor Boyce. He says if Purdy did what he did last week, it scares him too, right?
Yeah.
And then Swag says, I'm not scared of the Eagles or the 49ers.
Hey, Swag.
You would be, man.
Swag, boy.
B-Man, I think they should use Rush and Prescott to keep others guessing. Are you saying like an intense, like the way the Texans kind of caught everybody by surprise? I mean, shoot. I mean, it's a good game plan. I mean, but I don't know, man. I think right now, I don't even like the fact that the Cowboys are going to be rotating Tyler Smith at left guard and Connor McGovern at left guard. And I think they're going to be rotating Jason Peters and Josh Ball at right tackle. So I don't really, I don't know. I'm not really on that one. I don't really like that idea, but I understand it. I like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, it's good to get people on the guessing game. But great point. Defense on point. However, we got to do better on the run defense. 49ers system is legit, though. I will say this, man. You have a good point. But for whatever reason, I think Brock Purdy's actually injured, right?
He is.
He's actually listed as questionable.
He's got a rib injury.
Yeah. And I was kind of surprised. But I talk with other people, and there's a very guy. He's a very smart guy, Walter Stringer, man. He brought up something very good about the 49ers, man. He says, yeah, man, they have a good defense. But look, man, Kyle Shanahan's just a great offensive coordinator. The 49ers are in the same boat as the Dallas Cowboys right now, man. Until they actually win the Super Bowl, you really can't crown them, man. And with them going in with Brock Purdy, he has his tendencies. Once these defenses key off on these tendencies, that's it. It's over, man. Now you're going to be forcing a quarterback that doesn't have experience, and let alone regular seasons of experience. Yeah, he's gaining it right now, but when you come to playoffs, now you have a full arsenal of defensive moves that are being called on you. Swag says, I'm so hyped for the playoffs. I don't think we lose. Last year, I don't care what people said about we the boys, man. Don't play.
Hey, Swag, I'm trying not to get my heart broken, man.
Hey, I'm with Swag, man.
I'll be in a slump forever.
I really like this Cowboys roster. I really do, man. I mean, I hate to sound like a homer, but it is what it is, man. This is what the Cowboy cast is. I mean, here we're stating the facts, and that's what people have always hated the Dallas Cowboys, because we always put together a great team, great rosters, and we're able to make great runs. And you know what? This roster that we have right now, it looks like it's built for the long run. Man, thanks for the gifts and the subs.
Thanks,
man.
Jen. Appreciate it.
10,200. I'm gonna be real. I love Dak, but I trade him for Lawrence. Man, I'm pretty sure if you start a petition, that would probably get signed through into bill into law. I think with Trevor Lawrence.
That'd be crazy. Imagine if you had the offensive line and run game.
Ooh, look what Beatman says. I think Purdy win last week was luck, honestly, because if the Bucks was at least a year from ago, yeah, man, I think you're 100% that, because I'll tell you this: the Bucks started off hot, and that win against the Cowboys again, momentum, and they were able to do some things, and all of a sudden they flamed off, and man, they have not been able to be a cohesive unit on offense and on defense, man. The defense is what's really alarming with this Buccaneers. So,
I
go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off, but you said something very interesting. Remember, the Bucks weren't that good in the beginning of the year. They weren't. They got beat, I want to say, by the Saints twice. They got beat down, did they not?
You're talking about this year?
No, the year before.
Oh yeah, the year before they did have the Saints number. Yeah,
the year that Brady won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that year
they got beat twice on the regular season. They got beat down. They didn't catch fire until the very end.
Yeah, B-Man says they did.
They got to put it together. So you never know, man. Like if whoever catches fire from now until then, anything can happen. But honestly, I don't really want a first round bye. I want to play, man. If I'm a coach, I want my team playing week 1.
No, Debo Samuel Swag. No, Debo's not out of the season.
No,
I think they're saying he's gonna play like the last game of the season, which
he
is
has a
crazy.
sprained knee.
Why would you and a sprained MCL? Why would you want to risk?
Yeah, this is crazy.
No, he didn't. No, it wasn't an ACL. He's good to go. Trust me, we're looking at it. We saw it live.
We got you, Swag.
We've been keeping up with
you ain't got the answer, Swag. You ain't got the answer.
That's so funny.
I got you, Swag.
Overall, look. The Cowboys need to get really focused. Tomorrow, we're gonna go ahead and pull some audio from Doug Peterson. You know, Doug Peterson and Press Taylor, man. That's his offensive coordinator. That's all Andy Reid's disciples, man. When Doug Peterson was a part of the Eagles, he won them a Super Bowl, man. So you're talking about a Super Bowl winning coach that we're going to be going against, and somebody that's very familiar with the Dallas Cowboys. So if anything, he's already got Trevor Lawrence ready. So we got to be careful. You know, offensively, we know where we're going and what direction we're going in. We understand, hey, Cowboys need to stick to the run and have that balance, right? 30 for 30, 30 attempts on the on rushing and 30 attempts on the passing. Man, look, I've already got a bunch of invites. People wanted to join us on TikTok, but if I accept, it's gonna be kind of hard because then Harvey can't hear you, man. We got 10,400 likes, man.
Y'all push them likes, man. Let's get to 15,000. Come on, man.
Well, let's save that for Friday. I think
Friday. We'll save it for Friday.
Yeah, let's save it for Friday. What B-man? Oh wait. Bucks aren't deep enough. I agree. I want to play first week down.
So
yeah.
So
you're right.
So Trey, that's what I'm trying to say, man. If we stay 5th, we play the Bucks, and I'm happy with that, man. That's a win for me. Honestly,
I'll take it right now too. And I know
Trey's right.
I know Dak wants revenge, man, for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And he said, what did he tell Tom Brady?
We'll see in the playoffs.
See in the playoffs, and this is a perfect time, man. Like you can't write a better script than this. Man, didn't y'all lose a lineman, right? Was he a key piece? Yes, he was a key piece.
He was, man. Come on, man.
And Terrence Steele is almost like Deion Sanders. You can leave him outside by himself, and you don't have to worry about that guy, man. Now we got Josh Ball. Ball. We got Jason Peters, who I think he's deserving of a yellow jacket. I mean, it looks like it's kind of hard sometimes to say he's a yellow jacket guy because I mean I don't know why some people just won't vote these guys that deserve it. Yeah. DeMarcus Ware, he deserves the gold jacket, man. Yes, we will be live on Sunday, Swag. Thank you for bringing that out. And then Trey says absolutely 2 years, right? And he's talking about Bucks and the Cowboys, man. Yep. So you can't write the script any better than this, man.
No. Hey guys, just so y'all know, man, we always go live before kickoff and after the game's over. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, man. You should have seen us after the Packers, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm a phony, man. When the if the Cowboys lose, you're not gonna get a good side of me, man. You're not gonna get Jerry, man. I'm just telling you right now, man. So yeah, man. But Harvey, I mean, I think we were able to get through our segment. We were able to get through through the comments and the questions. What do you think, man? I mean, is there anything else that you want to kind of throw on there?
Nah, man, I appreciate everything. Tomorrow I'm having a holiday party for my work. I'm excited to eat all kinds of food. We're having a potluck. So that's going to be entertaining, man. Other than that, man, I'm blessed. I appreciate it. TikTok, everybody, YouTube, wherever, Facebook. Man, we appreciate all the love, man. That's what we're here for. But yeah, man, that's it. That's all I got. Call it a night.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Swag. Shout out to Trey, to Madison, to Beatman, to Jen, to Sadie. What did it say? I hope the New York Giants beat the 49ers in the playoffs. that would be like a blessing in disguise, right? Because then, man, my new faves, right? Hey, you are a new fave too, Trey. Hey, but I'll say this, man. I would love to face the Eagles in the playoffs, man. Because I'll tell you this. We got their number, baby. We got their number. We almost beat them. When you back next? Tomorrow. Usually typically we do 6:30, but today we ran a little late because we we got, we had to get ready for our Christmas parties, and of course,
Yeah.
when you last minute Christmas shopping. But typically 6:30 p.m. Central, which is 7:30 Eastern.
Yep.
Usually that's the time we go live. But if you can, just follow us on Facebook. On Facebook, the Cowboys Cast. We also have an Instagram, the Cowboys Cast, and of course, if you actually subscribe to our YouTube channel, that you automatically are entered into the next giveaway. We already had 2 giveaways. This right here is a true brand Dallas Cowboys streetwear cap. Man, that one everybody was excited about it. That one we just gave that away. So definitely, man, stay tuned. And we'll let you know when we can go live. So for that, we're not scared of the Eagles or the Niners. Let's go, Swag. Man, I love this.
Swag ain't scared of nobody.
Hey, when you have this defense, there's nothing to be scared about, man. Bet I'll be best to watch. Hey, we'd love to
Hey,
hear
cool,
from you.
Trey.
All right, TikTok. We reached 11,900 likes. Man, we love you, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Swag, go Cowboys, man, for sure, for sure. 12,000 likes, man. Hey, we love you all, TikTok, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hey, make sure you guys go like and share our TikToks too, man. Those things are fun.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for those that stayed on YouTube and of course Facebook, man. It was a great night. We had a lot of fun. We were able to cover that. It's crazy, man. 51 minutes. It doesn't feel like it, but thank you all. Hey, we'll see you guys. Have a good night.
Keep it real.